Meek Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, you can't take back what your received. That's just like the video that's coming out with him and Will.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
With Will Smith getting the Will Smith. You ain't heard the Will Smith footage?
Yeah.
All right, Will Smith. You got the Carl Winslow.
Orlando Brown's back at it again, and this time he's going straight for the jugular. Forget the playful trolling, forget the random rants. This man is dropping names and painting a picture of the Hollywood nightlife that's got everybody clutching their phones. According to Orlando, Diddy ain't just a music mogul. He's the ringleader of some of the wildest, dirtiest, and most dangerous freak-off parties the industry's ever seen. We're talking no protection, no rules, and no mercy. And the way Orlando's telling it, these ain't just random hookups. These are organized, high-profile gatherings where stars allegedly get down and dirty in ways that could leave them with way more than just regret. Now, if you've been following Orlando, you know he's been unpredictable for years. Sometimes people chalk his stories up to wild imagination, but this time, it's different. He's coming with details, dates, and a list of names that'll make you look at your favorite celebs sideways. First on that list, Usher. Orlando says Usher wasn't just close to Diddy. They go way back to when Usher was a teenager staying at Diddy's place as part of some mentorship arrangement. According to Orlando, those late-night studio sessions weren't the only thing going on. He paints a picture of a young Usher being exposed to a lifestyle that's got people wondering how much of what he's saying is real and how much is just too wild to ignore. Then there's Meek Mill. Orlando claims Meek ain't just been in the same room as Diddy. He's been on private vacations with him in settings that match leaked audio clips of Diddy bragging about how close they were. And Orlando ain't shy about what he thinks was going on during those trips. In his version of events, Meek wasn't just chilling. He was deep in the scene, living that no-limits lifestyle Diddy's allegedly famous for behind closed doors.
He's the code. No, I said I'm not giving my code up. That's not a code. Ain't no code to that. I'm not bending on even no couches. Y'all ain't running up my ass. Ain't no studio for me to go get ready and be looking like somebody's funny. Get the fuck out of here. None of that shit.
But Orlando ain't stopping there. He's throwing Will Smith into the mix too, pulling up the old rumors from Will's ex-assistant, brother Bilal, who once claimed Will and Diddy had their own after-hours history together. Bilal said he walked in on Will and Diddy in a compromising situation, and Orlando's saying this lines up with what he's heard from other insiders. If even a piece of that's true, it connects one of the most powerful names in Hollywood to Diddy's alleged late-night world. He also drags in YK Osiris, reminding folks about that beach trip with Diddy that went viral for all the wrong reasons, and the later rumors about Osiris being initiated into the industry in the bedroom. And then there's French Montana, who's been photographed at intimate celebrations with Diddy that had people already talking. Orlando's basically saying none of this is coincidence. It's all part of a bigger pattern of who Diddy surrounds himself with and what allegedly goes down when the cameras are off. And here's where things turn dark, real dark. Orlando claims these freak-off parties aren't just about pleasure, they come with a price. He's talking about STDs running rampant, throwing out herpes and even HIV as part of the alleged fallout. He even brings up Kim Porter, Diddy's late ex, saying there were whispers she had HIV before she passed, and Cassie, who's already accused Diddy of forcing her into situations with multiple partners. In Orlando's eyes, these are the receipts nobody wants to talk about, the part of the story that turns it from tabloid gossip to something deadly serious.
And you become a person that can be close to Puff, man, you made it, is what you thinking.
Okay.
You never thinking these problems is gonna happen, but when he pull his dick out,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You better suck it.
So if it's not just you better suck it, it's you better fuck it and suck it.
Yeah.
Online, the reaction's been nuclear. Some folks are laughing it off, calling Orlando a troll who knows how to keep his name in the headlines. Others are connecting dots, digging up old interviews and saying maybe, just maybe, there's some truth buried in the chaos. And the scarier part, A few fans are openly calling for these celebs to get tested, saying if even a fraction of this is real, it's a public health nightmare. But Orlando's not letting up. He's talking like a man who knows exactly what he's doing, dropping bombs, letting them explode online, and sitting back while the internet does the rest. Whether he's telling the truth or just stirring the pot, he's making it clear that when it comes to Diddy and his alleged inner circle, the clean, polished image is just the surface, and the real story is a whole lot nastier. Once Orlando cracked that door open, it was like floodgates in the comment sections. Every old rumor, every shady story, every uncomfortable photo of Diddy with another celeb started getting dug up. And if you know Diddy's history, you know these freak-off allegations ain't popping up in a vacuum. This man's name been tied to after-hours secrets for years, and not just from trolls on the internet. Plenty of insiders have hinted at it. They just didn't name names as recklessly as Orlando. Let's start with Usher, because his history with Diddy is public record. Back in the 90s, Usher himself said he lived with Diddy for a while as a teen, as part of an artist development situation. Sounds innocent on paper, until you hear the way Usher described those nights. He once told Howard Stern the parties were wild, straight up chaotic, with things going on that no teenager should have been anywhere near. At the time, people laughed it off, but now with Orlando talking about what he claims was really happening, those old interviews feel way heavier. Then you got Meek Mill. The internet never forgot that clip of Diddy telling Meek, "We go to places that you don't go to," in that weird, drawn-out way. People joked about it back then, but the jokes hit different now. Orlando's claim is that those places weren't just about travel. They were about exclusive parties where boundaries didn't exist. Add in the fact that Meek's been on those private island trips with Diddy, and the timeline Orlando's building starts making people wonder. Will Smith's name in this story is dangerous territory, but Orlando ain't scared to say it. Brother Bilal, Will's former assistant, has already made the claim that he once caught Will and Diddy in the middle of something. Bilal doubled down in interviews, and Orlando's basically saying, "Yup, I've heard the same from other people." Will's had his own PR battles lately with the open marriage headlines and August Alsina drama, so this just adds another layer to the mess. YK Osiris might be the most eyebrow-raising name here because he's so new to the game. People remember that awkward beach clip of him and Diddy, but what Orlando's saying goes way beyond that. He's claiming that YK was basically brought into the lifestyle, initiated the same way other young artists supposedly have been. Orlando paints it like Diddy keeps a steady rotation of fresh faces around him, and that's why certain careers seem to blow up overnight. In French Montana, his friendship with Diddy is well documented. The birthday trips, the matching outfits, the brother talk. But Orlando's flipping that on its head, saying those bonds ain't built just on music. They're built in bedrooms at these so-called freak-offs. The darkest twist Orlando throws in is the STD angle. He's claiming these parties are straight up unsafe with no protection and no care for who might get sick. He even alleges that Kim Porter, Diddy's longtime partner and mother of 3 of his kids, was rumored to have HIV before her sudden death. That's a heavy accusation, and one that fans have debated for years, but never with someone like Orlando pushing it front and center. And then there's Cassie, who's already in the headlines for suing Diddy and accusing him of forcing her into sexual situations she didn't consent to. Orlando ties her claims to his freak-off narrative like it's part of the same pattern. The internet reaction's been split down the middle. Some people are saying Orlando's just doing what he always does, spitting wild stories for clout. But others are pointing out how his claims line up with old interviews, leaked footage, and whispers that have been floating around the industry for years. Even folks who don't fully believe him admit Diddy's history makes it real easy for these stories to catch fire. And that's the thing. Once the public gets a taste of scandal, they start connecting dots whether they're real or not. Old photos get re-examined. Past statements get new meaning. And the bigger the celebrity, the harder it is to put that toothpaste back in the tube. Diddy's already fighting lawsuits, public backlash, and whispers about his personal life. Now he's got Orlando Brown dropping bombs for millions to hear. Whether it's fact or fiction, the damage to his image is the same. The timing of Orlando's outburst couldn't be more dangerous for Diddy. The man's already in the middle of one of the worst PR storms of his career. Lawsuits stacking up, old associates speaking out, and fans digging through decades of footage looking for signs they missed. When you're fighting battles in court and in the public eye at the same time, the last thing you want is a viral personality like Orlando throwing gasoline on the fire. But that's exactly what's happening. See, Orlando ain't just telling these stories in some random Instagram live. He's dropping them on big podcasts and clips that get shared everywhere. That means every accusation gets chopped into bite-sized videos, posted on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, reaching millions in a day. And in today's culture, it doesn't matter if something's been proven or not. Once it's meme-worthy, it sticks. Diddy's already got enough smoke with the Cassie lawsuit, which laid out claims of sexual abuse and coercion. Orlando's just packing more wood on that fire, tying her claims to an entire underground lifestyle that's way darker. It's not just the freak-off parties he's talking about either. Orlando's dragging in this STD angle heavy. In an era where health and image are everything, that's the kind of rumor that can make even the most loyal fans start to pull back. He's saying there's herpes and even HIV running rampant in these circles, throwing Kim Porter's name out there and hinting that some of Diddy's closest people have been playing Russian roulette with their health. That's not just gossip, that's a straight-up reputation killer if people start buying it. And the thing about Orlando, he's unpredictable, but he's also fearless. Most folks in the industry tiptoe when it comes to talking about Diddy, his network, his power, his history of making problems disappear. But Orlando's out here swinging like he's got nothing to lose. That's why his interviews hit harder. He doesn't sound rehearsed, he sounds reckless. And reckless is what goes viral. This also ain't the first time Diddy's name's been tied to these types of allegations. Former bodyguards, ex-artists, and even industry rivals have dropped hints over the years about a wild after-hours life that doesn't match the business mogul image. Most of those stories faded because they were vague. Orlando's the opposite. He's name-dropping like he's reading off a guest list. Usher, Meek Mill, Will Smith, YK Osiris, French Montana, he's not letting anybody hide behind the PR shield. And then you got the overlap with other scandals. Cassie's lawsuit already made people see Diddy in a whole new light, with allegations of him forcing her into situations with escorts and drugs. YK Osiris has faced his own backlash for inappropriate behavior caught on camera. Will Smith's personal life has been picked apart ever since the entanglement era. Orlando's claims connect all of that like puzzle pieces, making it feel like part of one big ugly picture. Fans are eating it up. Threads on Reddit, hour-long YouTube breakdowns, Instagram gossip pages pulling old receipts. And for Diddy, that's the real danger. It's not just about what Orlando's saying. It's about how easily it lines up with years of rumors people already half believed. Even if 90% of it is cap, that 10% that feels real is enough to stain his image forever. What's wild is Orlando's not even acting like he's scared of legal action. He's not speaking in code or allegedly language. He's dropping these claims like he's daring someone to challenge him. And maybe that's part of why this is sticking. He's too confident for it to sound like random lies. Whether that's because he knows something or because he knows how to sell it, that's the part nobody can figure out. Now here's the part that's making this whole situation even messier: the silence. Outside of a few bloggers and small-time influencers, you ain't seeing big industry names rushing to defend Diddy this time. No massive PR push, no celebrity posts saying leave him alone. And in the entertainment game, silence ain't always just no comment. It's often the loudest statement in the room. People see the lawsuits, the Cassie situation, the decades of whispers, and now Orlando Brown's blowing the doors off. They're choosing to stay out the line of fire. Even the celebs Orlando named, Usher, Meek Mill, Will Smith, YK Osiris, French Montana, they ain't exactly running to clap back. Usher's been in promo mode for his Vegas shows, acting like the allegations don't exist. Meek Mill, normally quick to tweet when his name's in headlines, has been way more careful. Will Smith's got his own public image rehab going on and probably ain't touching this with a 10-foot pole. And YK Osiris, he's been trying to dodge any more bad press since his last viral scandal. Their quietness just adds to the cloud hanging over all this. The craziest part is, whether Orlando's 100% right or not, he's hitting Diddy where it hurts the most: his legacy. For decades, Diddy's been the face of hip-hop luxury, the party king, the mogul who could walk in any room and command respect. But Orlando's flipping that image, turning it from champagne and success to a secret world of recklessness, manipulation, and health risks. And even if people don't believe every detail, that new picture is sticking in their heads. And this ain't just about gossip, it's about timing. The industry's going through a shift. Movements like #MeToo already showed that powerful men can lose it all when enough people start talking. The Cassie lawsuit cracked the door open, and now Orlando's kicking it wide, giving the internet a whole new set of receipts to pick apart. He's basically handing the public a blueprint of Diddy's alleged inner circle, saying, look, these are the people and places you should be asking about. The scary part for Diddy is he can't PR his way out of this the same way he's done before. Social media don't move like old school news cycles. It's 24/7, relentless, and it don't care if the claims are airtight or not. Once your name is tied to freak-offs, STDs, and forced encounters, you're fighting shadows for the rest of your career. And the more you deny, the more people dig. Orlando, for his part, is thriving in the chaos. Every clip, every quote gets him more views, more interviews, more attention. And because he's unpredictable, you never know what he's gonna say next. That's why this ain't dying down. People are waiting for the next name to drop, the next wild story to hit. It's become its own soap opera. And right now, Diddy's the main character whether he likes it or not. In the end, maybe Orlando's just stirring the pot for clout. Maybe he's exaggerating stories he's heard through the grapevine. Or maybe he's telling the kind of truth that only sounds crazy because nobody else has the nerve to say it out loud. Either way, he's managed to take years of quiet industry whispers and blast them into the loudest conversation in hip-hop right now. And for Diddy, this is a different kind of fight. Lawsuits can be settled. PR scandals can be spun. But when the streets start picturing you as the ringleader of the nastiest, most reckless parties in Hollywood, that's a stain that money and lawyers can't scrub clean.